Good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show. This is Martin here with another live breakfast show with SMARTRobie. Now, last night we did see the US closing very, very well despite hitting that base support that we've seen before. But I did spoke about it in our morning podcast. So make sure you join the Telegram group for a little bit more briefing on our morning. What's happening last night in here. Now let's take a look at what we have for you this morning, and definitely we have our market today, and we are talking on the intermediate. All right, intermediate. So we were looking of the stage 2 shares, but as usual, let's check out the headlines that we have for you in here, and also congratulations first to our traders, Turtles Trader 2022 winner, Miss Roslyn Tay, and she actually went through our program, our masterclass, and eventually also enrolled in our Turtle Trading program, which is absolutely free as long as you are a member in here. And we went through 2 months of training with us and managed to make 21% profit in just 2 months. Just imagine what you can do, despite we all know the January and February month hasn't been a great month in here. If you want to improve your returns in here, do join us in our next masterclass in here to improve, and also with all our analytic tools, definitely giving you the edge that you needed. And also we also have our first runner-up and second runner-up, Miss Zenali, and also Eric in here that you see a plug has been prepared for them in here. But of course today is Wednesday, so we'll be looking at the trending stock, and what's in our news headline this morning is the KLCI lower for a third session in a row. And usually when you see 3 sessions and the fourth one is always up. Of course, news behind us, we see a lot of tumbling down. Nestle is sharing, Petronas Dagan is losing. But all being said, let's look at the chart that we have in here. And of course, you can always switch back to the tradebsa.com website in here. And this morning, you could see there is a lot of green just over my head, just switching to a big wider chart here, and many of them are turning green, but it's just up 1 point, 1556. So you can see here 1556, which is actually at the support level in here that you have, right? You can see here 1556. We do have a spot here, so 3 bar down. So definitely going to have a 1 bar up this morning in here, hitting that level in here. But if the 1560 were to breach, then we see this market were to move down a bit more here. So what can we do about it? Nothing much, because as I said before, if you look in the overall scheme of the KLCI, it is range bounding in here. Always look at the sector. Let's move on to the next news that I have for you here. Now, the next news is on ringgit versus the US dollar in here. Of course, all being said, you can talk about the war, the economy cycle, but we all know it's all based on technicals. You can see from the technicals in here, the 422, 421, the last one is 422, another one, which is really the so-called upside of this market where it is right now in here. So right now we have 4-day up already. You can see a 4 or 5 day up, and likely the ringgit will strengthen. So right now the economists have to say something. Hey, the ringgit strengthened because of oil prices, something like that, right? But we all know this one is range bound. But overall, this market looks to be heading higher than lower. But right now what you see, the US dollar is range bound, hitting 422 over here. So charts is important, so make sure you get them from us. And next is on the CPO prices in here. A lot about the talk of the conflict ending between Russia and Ukraine, and pushing the price lower in here. We all know prices will always react earlier than it. By the time an average investor knows about the war, they decided to go. That's why they always lose. That's what smart money use this on the pretense, learning how to read chart. And those of you have been will probably be beneficial in here. So you look from here, when the market hit 4,000, that was on the mid-December, and the last 3 months you can see has gone up almost 71% here. You can see this is the 71%. This is the new peak value, and something that you can get off from our plugin in here. And since then the market has fallen another 21%, way back to around 5,600. It's just amazing to see this kind of money being traded in and out, the kind of volatility that we've seen so far in here. So as you can see before, the Pentagon here hasn't turned red despite the market going up, and it knows something, right? It doesn't like going up on a very, very high up bar. When the trends are lower, that's a much better move in here. But of course, you can trade the shorter time frame. Another news on the China lockdown that we see in the cases has grown almost to 5,000 cases so far in the Chinese capital. So we are seeing lockdown in Shenzhen, Shanghai, and some parts of China. And these are news coming out from Bloomberg. So right now, the area that will be affecting again will be the E&E, the electrical and equipment electronics player in here. So let's take a look at the charts that we're seeing, which is still pretty much in a downtrend, really have not much of an impact. But remember, when you see more of this kind of good news and the market's not going lower, that pretty much tell you that this market has a lot of room to go up. All right, now if you have any stock that you want me to look at, do pencil those in there. I'm happy to look it up to you. But right now, technology is no green pentagon yet, and this is available from our VSA 360 in here. And for those of you who have it, thank you for your support. And that's the chart that will give you the early sign edge going in. All right, let's take a look at next is Samaden won a 57 million EPPC contract. So let's take a look at the chart here, and let's go to SMARTRobie and we type Sama, which is actually a EV player, an energy solar player. Okay, let me just get off from SGX first, go over to KLSE, hit Robie chart here, and SIM, you can see Samaden stock chart, stock comment here. Just switching to a wider chart here. So you can see this chart has really fallen a fair bit from the high of 130 right down to 130. But I do think this morning in here is the market should be up because of this good news. No, it's almost unchanged at $1 in here. So having said that, this is again probably a follow-up to the Canadian Solar. We do see Canadian Solar on the chart wise, you will see this stock moving up in here. A lot of the stocks are playing catch up in here, just like what I'm going to talk about in the live Facebook tonight, rubber glove. The rubber sectors are playing catch up to the other rubber glove listed stocks on other exchange, which I will examine and look at it tonight more in greater detail. So that's Samaden in here. Let's go on to the next news that we have. Is Advanced back a 43 million job from the Sam Darby property for the phase 2 of Bukit Raja in here. So that, let's look at the Advanced ADV for the engineering project here, and stock chart, stock comment, and it has fallen a fair bit here. You can see from here onwards on the chart, market fell from 34. It's really a range bound kind of company, right? Unless you're bullish on the construction, of course, you can go over the VSA 360 and check out how bullishness is that. That will give you a pretty much. In Trade VSA, we always said that always try to trade with the sector. Always keep in mind, because in the Malaysian market, if the sector is not strong, you are not going to make money. Just like previously, we have seen CPO prices right now with this big drop that we'll see. A lot of CPO prices will also be impacted. Those people, remember, who have gone early on those stocks that has gone parabolic, you probably need to cut loss. Okay, cut loss. All right, for that matter. All right, let's look at what the next news that we have. Moving over to the US market. As I said before, last night we did have a nice boom in here. Nasdaq up 367, Dow Jones up 600 points. All stock has fallen. Bond yield has paused because I think likelihood this week the US FOMC will announce the 25 or 50 basis point that is much needed in the market, and that's why the market is rebounding in here. But the correction is still in place. You can see from the chart wise. Market has formed a very nice support here. No doubt has broken through the 440, which is also moving on the below the 200-day moving average. So this market's not going to rebound straight up in here. And if you hear some of my talk, I talk about in the Russian-Ukraine war, on the war of recovery, you have some idea when this market's going to be recovering. So make sure you catch that on our YouTube channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more information here. Now, no doubt this actually plays a very good buying point. From what I see for Apple shares in here, 150. I bought some around the 157 level in here. Very nice level in here. No doubt, no green pentagon yet. If you are beginner, you want to choose to buy on the green Pentagon, better. But if you are advanced like myself, and some of our masterclass, we have teach you how to buy on very, very good support level and some of the advanced setup that you will have in here. Okay, Apple's in the market likely more. Now on the SGX side, stock to watch, Keppel, Comfort, Delgro, ABM, but I want to pay attention to AP4, which has actually run a fair bit. It started off from the green Pentagon way back in early February. There was a red Pentagon, but the market hold back and we got that rocket ship going up. Okay, so is this coming to Malaysia? Join me tonight, 9:30, and I'll examine what is likely to happen in here. And right now, let's switch over to SGX on the AP4. And you can see from here, stock chart, stock comment, that is giving you the same chart. Let me just switch to a wider chart here, right? And you can see it's the same chart that you have in here. So that's what and let's look at the stock fundamentals. Check out the stock fundamentals in here. And this is good to have some sort of exposure to the Sing dollar in here. ROE of 76 with a P of 3 times only. Okay, so you eventually will normalize, but it is still rated at the 3 with a dividend yield of 13%. So this is definitely a good stocks overall in the value of skin to come. But of course, the average selling price, which seems to be people are skeptic about it, whether they can maintain it or not, that's giving it this stocks fairly value. All right, right now around $23 compared to 94 cents in here. Okay, let's move on to the next item that we have is our watch list alert. Now the watch list alert, you can see in here on my chart, I have the 2 in here. So it probably tells you what we are looking for is the red and green Pentagon that we need to look at. The stage 2, you can see Ta'an has turned red Pentagon in here. And what else? No, this one hasn't done last night. Watch list Hibiscus has turned red Pentagon on the 15th of March. And also next one, stage 2 shares. Yep. So those are the one that you want to be sort of watch out for, to look for the underlying and highlighted. You can see, right, underlying highlighted, those are the one that is already been alerted. All right, 15th of March. And the other one was just now was also Hibiscus. Okay, Hibiscus, you can see the underlying. Let me just show you here on my mouse. Yes, you can see the mouse here. That's the one that is okay, let me just get down. That's the one, you can see that one, right? And that's the one that's already been shown here on Hibiscus. That's showing that this chart has already turned. Of course, you can always go on to Hibiscus to show that the chart has turned. Switching back to the KLSE here. Hibiscus here. And stock chart, stock comment here, and yep, that one's telling, but it's no surprises, right? Early on, we know all prices has dropped, and you have that red Pentagon, and also breaking below ATR stop loss. So definitely you need to be out by then. But also we talk about a profit objective for those who traded the Pentagon guider in here. All right. All right, let's go on to our Robie FA chart. For those of you who is looking for fundamental analysis, great chart in here, and you can switch over to the main menu and go over the Robie FA. Click that one. It has actually 2 feature in here. You can see first is all the stock pick on the top here from number 1 in SAS FNM, right? And you can see those are highly rated. But right at the lower part is the Robie FA stocks, the Robie FA intraday stock. It works very similar to the 360 intraday. Right now, you're getting it on the Robie FA chart. A new feature which gives you the intraday alert. Right now, we got Bursa, it's up 2%, BJ Food up 3%, Supermax. Okay, let's take a look at Supermax. This is, so let's bring on the real-time chart here, and let's take a look at Supermax. Okay, Supermax in here. There you go, Supermax. Yep, it's heading up. A nice pullback here, up 16%. We also have FM, which is the global logistic, right? Also has a alert here, moving up in here. FM actually turned green Pentagon, but it's moved down. rather significantly in here because a lot of the market was selling off in here, but it's holding up this level in here. DG, and DG, this is the same thing too. We have a last 3 day of selling, but this market is pulling up. Bursa, let's take a look at Bursa too. Right, so those are very good good FA. Bursa is a 4 out of 8. Oh, you can see Bursa really nice pickup this morning in here, up by 3.6%. Bursa 2.82, 657 just now. Right now is already 662. So so that is the intraday alert, giving you a snapshot. Of course, check it out there. It's updated almost every 15 to 20 minutes. So you always get the new intraday alerts should it comes out in here. Something for those of you who want to, of course, you can also check out the FA, right? And Hong Seng were about 5% in here. Far East, BSP, CCS, Kosan. Okay, Kosan previously was up 2% in here, but now I think then it is down in here. So this is another way to check of it. Of course, we also have our FA collection, some of the stocks that we put in here. So check that one out later on when you have time in here. That will give you the portfolio of the Robie FA chart that we have, and we'll continue to talk about how you want to move towards that direction in here. Okay, and that is something I want to cover for the SMARTRobie FA. Make sure you check it out. For today, Stock Trade Idea 16th of March will be Kosan. All right, so let's take a look at the watch list here, and we set up on the stage 2 share Kosan in here. So we're going to be setting up the upper bound and lower bound. All right, so we're going to go to Robie chart and we type in Kosan. So we're going to be looking at the trading plan, and 192 and 213. Maybe we'll put in 213, okay, and 192 first, because you know it's going to be a bit of a struggle. Let's push it 192, and the exit strategy, which is going to be our support, right? Weekly support is 170, and what was it just now? 170 and Kosan and 192 and 170. All right, so we go over to the watch list here, and we look for the stage 2 Kosan. We set the alert. High level is 192 and 170. Okay, and this will be this now. Oh, this is no. Okay, Kosan, we edit. Okay, we're gonna put this as trade idea. Okay, in trade idea, which is the 16th of March 2022, 190 and 177. So once we save that, and it will pop up in your alert. So you can see right now for public bank, we have a upper limit of 475 and 425, Kosan at 190 and 177. Okay, so those will be the trade idea for the stage 2 shares. Okay, so let's move on to next. What we have is we review them. All right, let's take a look at the public bank since then. Okay, and you can see public bank, which is the one that we have. Last week we didn't have any stocks because the market was kind of bearish going forward. Okay, this is public bank. Yep, public bank continued to push up. Remember, we had this last week. It came in spring, retesting bank. Lots of good news on the financial sector as they're going to raise interest rate. So holding up this level. And so public bank is pretty good. It's a nice uptrend. You got a 4% down, shoot up by another 7% in here. So just keep note of this one here. Let's see what will Kosan bring us next week when we come back and re-look into this share that we have. All right. Okay, let's go on to the next slide that we have. Yes, another upcoming workshop that we do, and this will be our mini course on the 13th and 14th, Wednesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Of course, if you are already a member, this is absolutely free. But for those of you who not and want to learn more about finding the next multi-bagger, do join us on the 13th and 14th, 8 to 10:30 on live Zoom in here. And you will get also the VSA 360 in here, 30 days of recording and our regular training, right? Definitely something you don't want to miss out on. This one, there's a number you can contact in here. And of course, tonight something I'll be talking about will COVID rise again with the surge on the COVID and re-examine the comparison of our sectors of stock compared to the other markets and see whether this rise in the rubber gloves is not. So make sure you join me tonight at 9:30 onwards, okay? And of course, right now, we're going to move on to a couple of stock review that you have. But don't forget to give us a review on our Google Play Store and Apple Play Store. We really appreciate it as we continue to give you good features, good comebacks, good improvement on the tools in here. Definitely, we exist because of you. And thank you for your support all this while that we in here. I hope you find the Robie FA collection stocks in your favor. For those of you who want to looking for in here, and later on we'll also be releasing the Robie FA for SGX, the US stocks as well as the Hong Kong stocks here. So good thing come in time, and we'll roll out that soon also. Now, any stocks that you want me to look at, just pencil in there. I'll be happy to look at in. Yes, we got in here PNB Tech, right? Hi Hong, okay, PNB Tech. Let's take a look at PNB Tech. PNB Tech here, and all right, PNB Tech already break below the okay, you can see here we just wait. Yeah, once he hit red pentagon here, take some profit lah. Right now broke through, must lari already lah. War coming, it is all gonna break through. So you go in here, okay. Let's say you muscle a green pentagon here. You're more than enough, 60-70% in here. The question is always that you don't want to cut or take profit or looking to rebuy. Right now, red pentagon, no choice. Always go in when green pentagon. Okay, that's how I say it. I think it broke through the ATR stop loss also. All right, we got the MYEG. I think MYEG turned green pentagon yesterday. Yes, I think so, right? That's one seems to be still good. Yeah, turn green and a pullback in here. This is a very nice double bottom in here, but not much. You got this $1 to clear. It's a short-term trading. I know that's a lot of news that is behind it in here, but usually this kind of market, it's a really trading shares for MYEG. Okay, HS Plant. These are all your plantation stocks. All are going down. As I said before, if you are trading, take some profit in here. It's going to break down another level. It's going to follow the CPO like what I've said before. Longer term, I think it is still okay, but depending where you buy, if you buy at the just at $2 at the green pentagon, gone up to $3, you made more than 50% profit, take some. So that's why these kind of tools are important, as I said before in here. Maria, keep that in mind, right? Use it. If not, a good chance for you is to enroll in our mini courses. Then you'll get these tools that you see, and also finding multi-bagger with those stocks in here. All right. Okay, looks like we have cleared some of your stocks queries and stock review in here, right? And so if not, that's all we have. And don't forget to smash the YouTube subscribe button here so you get all review in here when we are rolling out more interesting video tutorial for you in here. And also don't forget to join our Telegram chat room for all stock market information. If not, I'll see you tonight at 9:30 in here, and do spread that live FB that we talk. We'll be looking at rubber glove tonight in here. With that, I'll see you later. Bye bye.